What's going on, everyone? It's Nick Wetzel, back with another video. It's cold. It's about 28 degrees, so wind chill probably 20 or 15, but it's not too gusty right now, so it's bearable. But if the wind picks up, it's going to be pretty rough. We struggled pretty hard yesterday, but by the end of the day we found quite a few fish, so I'm going to start where we ended yesterday and see what happens. So I'm just running size 10 white death and a size 14 jet blood dot. Got my indicator rig set up. Gotta go way deeper. I have it set super shallow for when I store my rod. Right now I have 4 split shots on. I'm going to slide one up to my indicator and one halfway up, because I don't think we need to bulk 4 shots right away. This current's pretty quick, but it's not that quick. We're just going to get it right in behind that log jam. I had 2 fish on. What the heck? I had one fish fair hooked and the other one foul hooked. That's crazy. That is the first time that has ever happened to me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he didn't just break me off. That's the craziest thing I think I've ever seen. Got this one on the nymph. That was absurd. I set the hook on this fish and my egg hooked a different fish. That's crazy. What? You're kidding me. Don't go under that, please. Aw, you son of a... This is hairy. We probably lost this fish. Come on back. You're making a mess, fish. Please, just stop. Oh. There's that nymph. Small size 14 nymph right in the top of the mouth. Came right out. send him back under the log he went under in the first place, since he wanted to go that way so bad. Oh, well, that was crazy. I just had 2 steelhead on at once. Nice. Loaded. Come on, man. Serious? That's crazy. Oh, he is deep in there. Oh boy, we're in trouble right now. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh man, he knows exactly where to go. He knows exactly where to go. Oh my gosh. Oh, I think he's off. Yep, he's off. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see, did he bend my hook? Yep. Oh my, oh my. Oh my, what is going on? Oh my, what is going on? Yep, I'm screwed. I'm very screwed. I don't know why I keep fishing this, because I've had 2 fish go right into the log jam on me. I should at least fish it from the other side, but I'm just stubborn. I don't want to go over there. Alright, just got back down to the creek. Got my polarized glasses on to help me kind of see through the water a little bit better and be able to determine what I'm looking at. So I'm going to fish this spot just a little bit more now that I can see a little bit. I see a couple fish sitting back here in this eddy, and then obviously there's a couple more here, which I might have already caught most of these ones, or hooked most of them. Yeah, I probably should have been fishing that log jam from this side the whole time. Much easier to keep them out of there. I probably lost 3 fish to that log jam. But this one smacked in the little guy. Hook him up in the shallow water. This one will fit in the net. It's a nice fish. I'll never complain about small steelhead. They're all fun. So the reason I'm fishing this area is because steelhead tend to relate to structure a lot, just because they like to feel protected. They like to not have to work as hard, and any surface that the water runs against, there's going to be friction, and that's going to slow the water down. So where the steelhead are sitting is actually a lot slower than what it looks like on the surface, and the structure just helps them sit in some current that's not pushing them as hard. They don't have to work as hard just to sit still, and they can jolt out into that quick current to grab food if they need to, but there's still food being brought to them. And you don't want to get too close to the structure because you're going to end up losing a lot of flies, but A lot of the steelhead are tucked up in there, and maybe a couple casts up close, and if they don't come out for it, it's not really worth pushing them and losing a bunch of flies. But a lot of times if you have a nice zonker and it's a warm day, there's a fish. If you have a nice zonker on a warm day, a lot of times those fish will come right out of that log jam and crush that zonker. This one I think took the egg or the nymph. They didn't seem to be on the zonker much when I was throwing it earlier. This fish is going crazy. So I switched up to egg and nymph rig and been doing quite well on it. It's a really nice fish here. Coming right at me. Barely hooked on that stonefly. Actually, he ate the egg. The stonefly was just in his mouth. Little McFly foam egg. About a 6 or 7 millimeter in diameter. Puts a hurting on these winter steelhead. So, obviously I'm getting a lot of fish to come right out of that log jam there. And yet, if you were to walk the creek up here where it's all open and slow moving, you're gonna see hardly any fish at all. You might think there's no fish in this creek, but a majority of them are hanging out in areas like this where they're protected and don't have to work too hard. And the rig I'm getting this done with, so we'll start at the fly line. Got my loop-to-loop connection. This is literally only like a foot, maybe a foot and a half of a Maxima tapered leader. And the reason I only have a foot of that is because I still like to have a heavy butt section of my leader. But right here at this loop-to-loop connection, this is flat 15-pound fluorocarbon. And the reason I like a flat level line is because it sinks at a uniform rate through the water column. If you have a really thick butt section going down to a really thin tip section, those sections of tippet are just gonna fall at different rates. And this level 15-pound just gets down really quick, and it just makes it nice because this is the indicator setup I use. I use a bunch of bobber stops and one of these styrofoam indicators. That way it's inline, and you can get indications of strikes not only from the indicator going under the water, but if it tips in a certain direction where you know your flies are at and you know there's fish over there, that can also indicate a strike. And because I have the bobber stops, I can easily just slide this up and down my line and it stays put. And the level line helps with that, because if these are going to slide a lot easier on the tip section and might even slide around on you, not the butt section, they'll get stuck. And if you slide them up to your butt section, it'll break these most of the time and they won't even work down towards the tip. So that's why I don't use a tapered leader. I just use a level line. There's quite a few benefits to it. The only downside to it is that it doesn't cast as well as a tapered leader, but obviously in water conditions like this, we're running a lot of weight. I have 3 split shot on. I love this barrel swivel. So it's almost like more of lob casting, and you just need a lot of weight to get down quick, so you really don't need a tapered leader. After my swivel, I've just got 8-pound Seagar and Vizex to my egg, and then dropped off my egg some more 8-pound, and I'll usually have a stonefly or a zonker or a black bugger, something on the back, but I'm almost always running an egg. It's what they see. It's what the steelhead are here to do, and they're eating them every day, so you might as well present it to them because there's a high likelihood that they will eat it. So we fished that hole pretty good. I think we're going to take a walk down now and see what we find. As we're walking down this creek, we're coming up on some more structure, so of course we're going to take a few casts. Right along this log. home. See, I knew there would be a fish in the structure, I just wasn't sure where. I made a fly change, I put a jig on. He was actually right behind this log. So I just slid my indicator pretty much all the way up my line and just dropped my jig right on the other side of that log. Just twitched it twice and he picked it right up. I wish I got that on camera, that was so cool. I have been doing a bit of tight lining lately. I did just get a Euro fly, but for the sake of today's video, I wanted to be a little more relatable, and I know most people fishing the Great Lakes trips for steelhead are going to be using heavier rods with heavier line. Oh, there's another fish right next to mine. Oh, two more. See, there's definitely a lot of fish up in that structure. Boy, did he cream it on a tight line. It's not much better than hooking a steelhead on a tight line. I mean, it's violent. It's awesome. But as you can see, pretty much this whole section of creek is rather flat, and then right where that log is, there's a little cut. And it deepens out, and there's a couple of fish sitting right in there. This is a really good fish. Stepping on ice. It's a nice fish there. So what I did just then to get that fish, see there's two logs down. Well, this closer log to me has a branch sticking out. So if I cast right at the end of this log, I'm gonna get hung up on that branch. And the fish was right there. So the way I got down to him was I just put my indicator a lot further up my line so that I could get more sink out of my jig. And I flipped it on the other side of this log, let it go tight. And as it was swinging through, I just gave it a twitch, and right around there it went tight, and he was on. So, I think it's about time to move on.